Another Sunday morning.
At least the weather is nice. We could go for a walk later.
My parents are planning to come over this afternoon. They will stay back for dinner.
This business of your parents dropping here every weekend must come to an end. Should I talk to them? Maybe we can set some boundaries.
And what boundaries will those be? That they should not try to be a part of our lives.
I'm not shutting them out, Sunita. I just want us to have some space for ourselves. We can't always be at their beck and call.
You just don't get it, do you? They're my family, Akash. They've always been there for us. Unlike your parents who couldn't even accept our marriage.
Don't bring my parents into this. You knew they wouldn't approve, but we went ahead. We made our choice.
And now we have to live with the consequences. Is that it? Pretending like everything is fine between us while we're just drifting further apart.
I'm not pretending. I'm trying to make things work despite the obstacles. But it just feels like you're pulling away like you regret marrying me.
I don't regret marrying you, Akash. But sometimes I wonder if we're just too different to make this work out. If we'll ever find a common ground.
At times you make me feel like we're leading two different lives. I mean, look at us.
Sometimes I wonder if we'll ever compromise between my world of access and your middle class values.
I never thought marriage would be this hard.
Neither did I, but here we are, barely holding on.
Maybe if you stood up for us once in a while, things would be different.
And maybe if you showed some appreciation for everything I do, instead of constantly nitpicking, we wouldn't even be in this mess.
I thought love could conquer all. We were so naive to think that love could sustain us.
I just wish things could go back to the way they were before all this tension.
Me too. But wishing won't change our reality. Your parents' constant interference is going to disintegrate this family, but you can't seem to accept it.
Seems like nothing will change as long as you don't accept my parents as your well-wishers.
I don't have anything against your folks, but their frequent visiting is getting overwhelming for me, and I feel neglected when they're around.
Neglected? How could you even say that? My parents are trying to help us, to guide us, and all you can think about is yourself.
I'm not saying they don't mean well, but their constant presence suffocates me. I need space to breathe, Sunita. Can't you understand that?
Oh, it's always about you and your needs, isn't it? Have you ever stopped to consider how much my parents mean to me? They have always been there for me, and they're trying to be a part of our family because they care.
Well, their care is driving us apart. Every decision we make, they get to have a say in it. I feel like I'm living in their shadow.
And what about me, Akash? Do you think it's easy for me to see you resent the people who raised me, who love me? I feel like I'm torn between you and my parents. I just don't know what to do anymore.
I know it's not easy for you, but can't we have a middle ground here, somewhere we can both be happy without feeling suffocated?
If you're thinking of banning my parents' entry in this house, then you're barking up the wrong tree.
Sometimes I feel that if you're so happily married to your parents, what was the need to marry me?
Now you're crossing the line, Akash. I just wish you could try to understand where I'm coming from. My parents have always been there for us, and now that we're married, they just want to be a part of our lives too.
It doesn't feel like they're being a part anymore. It feels like they're taking over. Every little plan, every decision we make, they get to have a say in it.
They're not trying to take over, Akash. They just want to feel included, to feel as if they still matter.
Including them doesn't mean that they get to dictate every aspect of our lives. This is suffocating, Sunita. I feel like I'm losing my autonomy here.
And what about me, Akash? Do you think it's easy for me to be torn between you and my parents?
I'm not asking you to choose sides. I just want us to find a balance, a compromise for the both of us.
But what if there's no compromise, Akash? What if we can't ever find a common ground between us?
Then I don't know what we're supposed to do. We can't keep living like this, constantly at odds with each other.
I don't want to lose you, Akash, but I can't lose my parents either. Do you think we should seek some outside help? Like some counseling or therapist that may help us navigate through this?
Sorry, but I don't need a counselor to tell us how to lead our lives. He will make us fall into his trap and will poke his nose into our internal affairs just like your parents do.
Now you're stirring the hornet's nest with your curt remarks.
Your family has already stirred our family nest into the hill. It's high time you accept the reality.
Oh, I get it. Your sole intent is to screw up my Sunday and to deter me from hosting my parents this evening.
Are an expert at jumping to conclusions with your twisted mindset.
You know what, Akash? I'm just done with this constant battle between you and my parents. Can't you just see that they want what's the best for us?
Oh please, spare me the melodrama. Your parents have made it their life mission to meddle into our personal life, and I'm just tired of playing along.
And I'm tired of you constantly belittling them. They're my parents, Akash. I just can't let you disrespect them like this.
Disrespect them? You're the one disrespecting our marriage by prioritizing them over our own happiness.
I can't believe you're making me choose between you and my parents.
Fine, let's allow your parents to meddle in our lives even more. That sounds like a fantastic idea.
I just want us to be a family, Akash. Is that too much to ask for?
A family? We can't even have a peaceful evening without your parents breathing down our necks.
Fine. If you don't want them here, I'll cancel their plans. But don't you think for a second that this will solve anything between us?
Fine, do whatever you want. It's not like my opinion matters anyway.
Your opinions do matter, Akash. But so do mine. And right now, I need you to support me. I try to balance things, Akash. But they're my parents. And I can't just ignore them.
Balance? More like surrender. You let your parents walk all over us just like we're second class citizens in our own home.
It's not like that, Akash. They just want what's the best for us.
You don't get it, Sunita. I feel like I'm under constant surveillance. Every decision of mine is judged and scrutinized by your parents. That is not the life I signed up for when I got married.
I never wanted things to be this way, Akash. But they're my family. And I can't just cut them out of my life.
Maybe we just need some time to cool off. This argument isn't getting us anywhere.
Fine. But we can't let this issue be ignored forever, okay? We need to find a solution before it just tears us apart.
Right. Let's talk about it when we're both ready to listen to each other.
Got your message loud and clear. I'm cancelling my parents' dinner. You order something for yourself. I'll be off to Shabana's place this evening.
I was expecting this. That is your way of getting even with me after all your wrongdoings.
Enough, Akash. Not a word more. Your sarcasm has no limits.